Hey everybody, it's Madmaxed again with another raid video. If you would, please hit that little red subscribe button in the corner. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you like it. And if you got any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll try to get back to you. Now, what I'm going to go over today is how to beat the frost spider. And so, in the Doom Tower. Now, some people have trouble with this spider. You shouldn't, after you've been playing for a few months, because you should get Drex out of tag team. And a lot of people forget to get him, but you need to go in every day and buy a fragment. It takes 100 days to get him, a little over 3 months. And that's assuming that you started out on day one and you bought tag team enough to get enough medals in order to buy him. Now, Drex is the lead. I pull Seal in. You get her at 6 months. Maraltha, you can get her from doing Hydra, but you don't really need her per se. I mean, you can swap her out for some other champions. It's not important that you've got her. Um, you can take a lot of different champs into this thing. And so if I go in, I could even take the twins in, and most people don't have those. But let's say you've got anything that comes in, anything that does damage, you got to have Drex. Drex is my lead. He's got plenty of accuracy, and so if you notice, these guys clear the waves really quick, really easy, because they're geared well. Because I've been playing for 2 years, and a lot of this game is gear. I mean, there is not much you can do without good gear in this game. And so we cleared it in 23 seconds, the first 2 waves. And this isn't even my best team either that I would use for it. Now, we set it on fire with Drex when he hit. Now he hit Drex and he caught himself back on fire. Because that's what Drex does. You've got about a 65, 75% chance when he's booked. Right now I think he's at 65. I don't have him completely booked out. But if he's completely booked out, he has a 75% chance of setting down and burning whenever somebody hits him. And it lasts for 2 turns. Now, you've got to keep the spider burning, because if he's not burning, he's going to decrease your accuracy a lot. Because with the freeze, he'll decrease the accuracy and stuff. Of course, I've got enough resist on Drex. Probably he's not going to sit down on normal. I don't have the keys to go up and do the hard levels. We're not at that part of the rotation yet, and we haven't been playing it long enough yet. But he works. I've had him in Doom Tower 90. Frost Spider. He works just fine. And he does just fine going in and killing, killing it even. He usually will sit down. He burns because he's got a 30% chance. He does 3 rounds of this. And so every time somebody hits him, he's got a 65% chance of lighting them up and burning them too. So he's going to burn a lot. He's not 100%, but he's close enough. And the burns are what really affects spiders. As long as he's burning, he's going to do really well. That's where it's going to go down a lot quicker when everything is burning. If the little spiders were burning, they would go down better. If you got Ninja, you could take Ninja in because he's got that 3 hits. So most time he burns like 1 or 2 or 3. See, he caught himself on fire again because, he hit Drex. Anytime he hits Drex, he's got that good chance of burning. Usually with a 65% chance, and it lasts in 2 turns, he's usually going to burn. He's usually going to stay afire all the time. And then Drex hits him, and he's got a chance of making him burn too. And he just keeps replenishing the burns all the time. But Drex is ideal for this. This is one of the, see, he's got 2 turns burns going on him right now. But he actually is he's the only thing you need to burn this to be able to get through this. Drex could probably actually finish the normal ones pretty easy because he's defensive. He'll take a lot of damage, and the fire is what's killing it. It's more than anything else. That's what he's really vulnerable to. I've got a much better team than this, but if I bring in like Lydia and stuff, it will weaken and drop the defense and all that. So he'll take a lot more damage. It's a lot faster. It's like a 2-minute run. But most people don't have that. So I just picked out some champs that most people can get. I mean, we may not be able to get Miscreated Monster, but you don't need Miscreated Monster. You may not get Magnar, but you don't actually need him. He doesn't do a whole lot. I mean, he doesn't do, not to the boss as far as that goes. He's really good in, Magnar is really good in arena, and he's really good for the waves, but he's not really good on bosses that I've seen. So what did we take? We did 4 minutes and 43 seconds. My best time is 2:13. Almost doubled the round, but I picked out, these low-level champs. Two of them are epics. I don't even use like Miscreated Monster. I haven't used this thing in a long time. Magnar, I seldom even use. He's not even geared as well as he really should be, and he is a good champ. He's a good epic. Seal is geared pretty well. Yarkle is geared really well because I like Yarkle, but he freezes, which has no effect on the spider. So let's go in and show you how Drex is built, because Drex really is the one that killed this. Now, I've got lifesteal gear on him, which would keep him alive. I mean, but you could put a regen set on him. It doesn't have to be this. Regen would work just as well, probably better, because if he does get froze, the regen is still going to give him the health where this is not. And he's not all that big a hitter. I mean, as far as damage, I mean, he does a decent amount of damage, but he's not a huge damage dealer. He's got 4,400 worth of defense. He's got his attack doesn't matter because he's defensive based. He's got 42, he got 43k worth of hit points. His speed's 168. I like to have things a lot faster than that. But it doesn't really matter because when they're hitting him, they're taking the burns. So your speed on him is one of those that, like, yeah, if it's faster, it's better. But if it's not, it's still the burns are going to be got from, people hitting him. His crit rate is at 94%. His crit damage is at 133. His resist is at 160. What you look at is this. It's at 289. Now, 289 accuracy plus his aura that gives 70 in all battles. So he is at 269. He's at 369 is what he's at, or 359 is what he's at, and he got 359 accuracy. That accuracy makes it where that burn always lands, even if you're in Doom Tower hard. And I've had, like I said, I've had him on Spider 90. He's easily cleared that out. Now, when you look at his skills, he attacks one enemy 3 times, has a 30% chance to place an HP burn for 2 turns. Now, that's not 100%. That's not even 90, but it's somewhere around probably in the 80s, because it's 30% each time it's hit. Now, he attacks all enemies, and you can get another cooldown for 3 turns if you can finish booking him out. You get another 10% chance, but if they're burning already, he has a 100% chance of placing a provoke and a decreased attack. And, but you're really not caring about anything but that burn. That's what you want. And if he's, he always you want that burn to go up every time. Right now, he has a 65% chance. One more book there, he would go to 75% chance for an HP burn when somebody attacks him. I mean, when things are burning, his resist goes up by 2. So when those mother spider and the little 2 spiders are burning, that means he's got 30% more resist. If he burns everybody in a mob of 5, that gives him 50 more. He comes out of Tag Team Arena. He is absolutely one of the best ones to get. I mean, for this, for any spider, really. You can actually take him. It's not a really quick run, but you can actually take him for regular spider, and you can just tank him out with a lot of resist. And as long as you put one healer in there, like on Spider 20, and you can just, you can take Relic and Tender in there, which she's easy to get. And so you just sit down and you remove the debuffs off from him, heal him up a little bit, and he'll sit down, he'll take all the hits from the little spiders, they'll all burn and they'll kill the spiders. And so, you can even use them like that, but there are much better spider teams than that. But at least if you're an early player, you've got somebody that can do that. But he comes out of Tag Team Arena, like I said, like it comes out of the bazaar. He won't show up in mine because I've already got him, but you can get 1 per day, so it takes 100 days to get him. He's an ideal champion to have. He'll help you a lot with any kind of spider because all spiders are weak to burn. But guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps you out by getting through Doom Tower because Doom Tower is where all your goodies are.